Welcome back to another episode of The Artificial Mind. How's everybody feeling today? Strobridge, how you doing? Welcome back.
I am doing great today. The sun is out. The weather is great, so I plan on investing some time in that.
Good, good. I survived an earthquake
Yes, you
yesterday.
did.
As of this recording yesterday, today's date is April 6th, and
That was
dude,
crazy.
I've never experienced an earthquake before. Well, I mean, everyone's experienced an earthquake, whether it's like a 2.0 magnitude or something, but I've
hmm
never been in one where it had my things falling off my walls. It was one of the
Wow.
weirdest experiences as I've ever had in my life.
The weird thing was when you texted me to check and make sure your phone was working, I was taking a nap and I woke up just before you texted me. So that was weird. Like I woke up,
Oh
got up out of
shit.
my couch, and I sat up and I'm like, oh, weird.
Yeah, because we had gotten a second one, a
Right.
4.0, and it was like, whoa,
That was
this
much
is
later
kind
in
of
the day, though,
crazy.
right?
Yeah. Yeah, it
Yeah.
was at like 6 p.m.
Yeah, because first one was like 10 in the morning,
Yep. It
10 or
was
11.
early, man. It was
Weird.
early, man.
Huh.
Wouldn't be surprised if it happened again, to be
Yeah.
honest with you. But,
Well, it happened in
but today
Taiwan.
we're, yes, it did. And they're going through some stuff right now. It's terrible.
hmm
But today we have something very fun to talk to you guys about. And we are talking about the AI dungeon today.
Dungeon. It kind of threw me off when
First,
I first heard
first
that.
thoughts, first thoughts, Strobridge.
hmm
What, yeah, what are your first thoughts on it?
I didn't know what to expect at first because when you first hear something AI dungeon, I didn't know where to go with it. So I went to the page you sent me and I started doing some stuff. I like it, being that I've always kind of aspired to be a writer, but never really tried too hard. I've tried a couple times,
Yeah,
but this definitely helps for that. It gets your creative muscles working again. Um,
absolutely.
I started out with it just kind of showing me what it could do, and then there's the part where you can start adding stuff to it, or yeah, and I started doing that, and yep.
So yeah, very cool. AI Dungeon. To me, to me, it's a game
hmm
where you could create your own stories. It's like a RPG. It kind of reminds me of like the old computer games where we used to play like the text-based games, where we would write like, "Oh yeah, well, I'm going to the right side of the furnace," and then that decision would trigger something else in those games. And it's very retro in a
Do you
sense,
remember
you know.
the '80s Choose Your Adventure books?
Yes,
That's
yes.
it's like that kind of, but AI version of it. That's what I was thinking when we were started talking about that. I was like, yeah, it's kind of like the Choose Your Adventures.
Yeah, so this is exactly what's going on. So I mean, without further ado, we're gonna do a really, I don't want to say thorough. We're gonna have a presentation here for it. So this is the website right here. This is AI Dungeon. What I love about this is that there are so many things that you can choose from. You could share a home with three of your roommates. You could be bullied by the tomboy. There's Red Dead Redemption, which is the one we're gonna do today.
Yep.
Half-Life 2, um, War never changes. I mean, just for the sake of Fallout, look at all the Fallout scenarios that they have.
Wow.
New
Fallout,
Vegas
but you're Peter
101.
Griffin.
Yeah, oh,
That's
Fallout New
awesome.
York. I'm gonna have to
Yeah. Check that out.
bookmark that one.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a really, really great fun tool, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And what I love about this is, I mean, look, obviously there's a premium section. The premiums actually aren't that bad. I mean, for $50 a month, you get all this. It's I mean, you can't beat that. So you have a profile here. I am a wanderer apparently,
A
and you get
wanderer.
these daily things. You could like tip people and stuff like that with scales. Really great tool. And then
Hmm.
over here, it has like their news, tutorials. There's a guidebook right here.
Okay, that's what I need to look at then.
Yeah, so the guidebook will actually it'll help you. There's like AI Dungeon 101, adventure awaits, account questions, everything is there.
I would say
And
that having knowledge like of Midjourney and stuff like that, as far as like not necessarily prompts, but just it that too would stimulate your creative muscles in your brain too. So if you know how to navigate that, that'll help you with this. Most
mhm,
AI kind of has that universal language that they're building right now.
absolutely. So we are going to do to show how awesome this is. We're gonna do the one that I believe is the best one, Red Dead Redemption, and it is my favorite. You know, other than Fallout, Red Dead Redemption 2 is my favorite video game. But it gives you a description. This description talks about this takes place in 1899, and there's a 728 story cards. And what story cards are, it's the information of the world that you're in.
So
So
the
you
way I
know
was
in Red Dead
understanding
Redemption,
that is that
yeah,
you can use it 728 times. Is that how?
no, what that means is that there are 728 storylines
Okay.
or story related events
Branches?
in this.
Like a
Yes.
branch. Okay,
And
gotcha.
within these story cards, it gives you the lore too. So, you know, in
Mm-hmm.
Red Dead Redemption 2, there's the Vanderlyn gang, they shot the
Yep.
girl in the Blackwater Massacre, all that. So, all that information is in there.
Sanctions, races. There's not necessarily races in Red Dead, but I did see that in the fine tuning of stuff. Like you can get
No,
crazy.
no, Red Dead's very diverse. You
Yeah,
know,
oh yeah,
they,
definitely.
so 40 characters that you can make, 27 settlements, 13 train stations, 75 amenities, 73 natural formations, 92 miscellaneous, 53 points of interest, 23 factions active.
Two
And
disbanded.
yeah, so I mean, this is something else. So we're going to start this
Huh.
off. We're going to play this. And you could do a quick start. I've never done a quick start. I'm used to create a character. So
Mm-hmm.
we want to get in depth. So we're going to create a character. So we'll go with we'll go with the name I use in Red Dead, Bart Wood.
Bartwood, I love it.
We'll do the full one. It's Ulysses Bartholomew Wood.
I love it. Even more.
Uh, I am a male. I think that's cool that they have a custom section. These are your classes.
Okay.
So you could choose between any type of these character story arcs here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And I would like to go with, I'm going to do the lumberjack. There's a lumberjack here. You could be a midwife,
I
maid,
just
a
deliver babies all
mapper.
day.
There you
Taylor,
go. Lumberjack. So we're choosing
stonemason.
lumberjack. Hit next, and now you get to choose like your main location. So if you know the map, and if you're a lumberjack, you want to be more in the like a strawberry area, or Valentine's good too, but I'd like to go to strawberry. There we go.
Strawberry fields.
Now we choose a faction. I usually
Yeah.
like to do military stuff, but
Okay.
to choose some of the factions here for the Red Dead 2 is
Marshals.
Marshal Service, the Andersons, the Del Lobos, the Blackwater Police Department, the Chelonians, Lemoyne Raiders, the Gray family, the
Pinkerton.
O'Driscolls. You could be part of the Vanderlyn gang.
Wow.
So many
Lots
opportunities,
of
but like
motives.
I am we're veterans, so I am going to choose the U.S. Army. It's very in-depth stuff here, guys. And now we start. So now we get into the brass tacks of the AI dungeon. So it gives you this story in the days of 1899, the once lawless frontier. Do I have a text to speech somewhere? Hang
Well, that'd be
on. I
awesome.
don't. So it gives you this story. It starts you off with this story, and it gives you a whole background. And so it starts off with me. Ulysses Bartholomew Wood is a lumberjack in Strawberry. He's a tall, muscular man with a thick beard and a deep, rumbling voice. He's been working in the town for the past 10 years and saw its potential to be a tourist hotspot. He's a loyal supporter of the mayor and his vision for Strawberry and believes that the town has the potential to become a thriving tourist destination. He hopes that his efforts will help the town fulfill its destiny and achieve its full potential. Ulysses is a hard worker, always pushing himself to his limits to get the job done, and he's not afraid of hard work, and he has a deep respect for the lumberjacks who came before him and paved the way for their success. Ulysses Bartholomew Wood takes a break from his labors, wiping the sweat from his brow as he gazes over at the bustling town of Strawberry. So at this point, we're gonna do continue. And what
Okay.
continue does, it does it automatically.
Mm-hmm.
It continues the story for you. Ulysses, taking a moment to catch his breath, appreciates the view of Strawberry. The town, though small, shows promise with its lively streets and busy townfolk. He can't help but feel a sense of pride as he watches the community grow and flourish. So we're gonna go to take a turn. So in take a turn, you could add to the story yourself. You could say something or do something. So what I'd like to do is I'm going to add more characters to this story. So in the story,
And that's your initial setup too. It's is story, right?
yeah,
That's the first one. Okay. Yep.
yeah. So I'm putting here the lumberjacks that work under him. So I'm going to put Jeremie, Bear,
Of
and
trusty ox.
Theodore. Jeremie, Bear, and Theodore. See Ulysses, or Bart for short, gazing and try to snap him out of it. So when we do that, we send it in, and it takes like it's like 1 or 2 points each time you use
Yeah.
it here.
Yep.
So now we get in. So now we're in, and then he can't help but feel a sense of pride that he watches the community grow and flourish. And the lumberjacks. So I put that the lumberjacks that work under him, Jeremie, Barrett, and Theodore, see Ulysses, or Bart for short, gazing and try to snap out of it. Bart, you still with us? Jeremie calls out, a hint of amusement in his voice. Bear and Theodore chuckle, their laughter echoing through the forest. Ulysses blinks, shaking his head to clear his thoughts. He turns to his friends and coworkers with a sheepish grin. And so with this, I want to add in my own dialogue. So in
Mm-hmm.
here, I'm going to turn. If this was me, I would turn around and be like, so I'm going to say, you guys never just stare off into the wilderness wondering what is out there or what is left. And the story continues.
Cool.
Ulysses, with a twinkle in his eye, turns to his companion and says, you boys never just gaze out of the wild frontier, pondering what lies beyond them Thar hills? His words, tinged with a hint of jest, bring a pause to the work at hand. So we want to continue this.
You didn't even guess the
Jeremie, Bear, and
dialect.
Theodore. Yeah. Jeremie, Bear, and Theodore exchange glances, their expressions of mixed amusement and surprise. After a moment of silence, Jeremie responds, well, Bart, I can't say I have, but then again, I ain't never had the luxury of such deep thoughts. So we're going to say something funny here. Maybe you should get some of the peyote from the tribes up north then. Open up your mind a little bit. so you can continue to tell this story. But Ulysses chuckles and says, "Maybe you're right, Jeremy. Maybe we all could use a little bit of opening up our minds." Bear and Theodore nod in agreement. Their face is thoughtful. Ulysses continues, "But for now, let's get back to work. We got a town to build."
We can
So,
expand later.
that's just one of the cool things that you could do here. So there's another really cool one that I really like too when it comes to character creation. Superhero RPG. Or actually, let's find the multiplayer one. Are you able to go on the
Yeah, you were
website,
talking
Stro?
about that. Yeah, I'm already on there actually. I don't
Yeah, because
remember if I actually signed in.
there
Or,
is a multiplayer feature.
okay.
And what we want to do is try to, here we go, discover. This is a very exciting tool, guys. I'm very I think this is one of the coolest things that could have came out with AI.
Apparently, I do have an account on here.
All right, so let's see.
Hmm. Outer Banks.
Okay, so we could do the last one standing. Okay, so let me see how this works.
Yeah, because we got to
Because
figure
it
out the
says it's
multiplayer.
multiplayer. So how do I add? Oh, here we go. Yeah. Okay, so there is something here, Strobridge, right?
Mm-hmm.
I just put send this code to friends to invite them to your game. So we have a code here. We're going to copy the code, but how do we get our friend to jump into the game? Um, this is interesting. So, Strobridge, I'm going to
In what
send you
other?
the code.
Yeah, try that and see what happens. You doing that on Discord? I take it.
Yeah, I
Okay.
just sent it to you. Send this code
Yep.
to friends to invite them to your game. So this is something new and we're learning as we go, everybody. So maybe go to the
I got the code. I just got to figure out where you would put it in AI Dungeon.
this is interesting. This is so let's see.
Which one did you? Are you still under Red Dead?
So so go to the main page, right?
Home.
And when
Got
you
it.
get to the main page, you're going to hit play.
Got it.
And when you hit play, you're going to hit multiplayer.
Got it.
And then you're going to be able to put the code down.
Okay. Now I gotcha. Boom.
I see you. Okay.
Here I come.
Voyager
Sit there.
5219. So I'll start off with this one, okay? So
Mm-hmm.
we are survivors living in the apocalypse. You have a pistol and a backpack, and you are scavenging for supplies when you hear a noise behind you. The sound of crunching gravel makes your heart race as you whirl around. Pistol at the ready. Your eyes scan the desolate landscape, searching for any sign of movement. The wind howls through the abandoned buildings, creating an eerie symphony of groans and creaks.
One of the
So,
tutorials I saw too has mentions the third person uh, that you can enable over there on the right hand side. I remember the lady talking about that. You can have a third person aspect of it as well.
yeah, so I'm trying to figure out how to start this. So
Okay.
I'll continue first.
Okay.
In the distance, you spot a figure shambling behind you. Its gait is unnatural, its limb jerking with each step. The sight of the undead triggers your fight response. You can feel your hands trembling as you grip the pistol tighter.
Tighter.
So I do. I pull my pistol out just in case, and it's just my friend Jeremy making noises. The figure continues to shimmer closer. It moans, carrying on the wind, but as you draw closer, you begin to make out the features of your friend Jeremie. A wave of relief washes over you, and you can feel your heart rate slowly return to normal. So now I'm going to say, what's wrong with you, man? You call out to Jeremie, your voice barely above a whisper. The wind picks up, carrying your words away, but he seems to hear you and looks up. His face is pale and drawn, with dark circles under his eyes. He staggers towards you, arms outstretched. So what do you do or say?
Making sure I'm reading along with it. I want to keep with the plot. His face is pale and drawn, with his circles under his eyes. He must just woke up. No. Arms outstretched. Still with no verbal communication. He draws closer with no obvious signs of human activity.
Jeremie continues to approach, his movements slow and deliberate. You can't help but feel a twinge of unease as he draws closer. Your hand tightening around the grip of your pistol, but as he finally reaches you, you can see the exhaustion retched into every line of his face.
So it goes back to the gripping of the pistol. That's cool. Okay.
Will you drink some water? We need to make our way to the metro so we can take a shortcut into the downtown part of the city. And you offer Jeremie some water from your canteen that he gratefully accepts, gulping down the liquid with a parched desperation. After a few moments, he wipes his mouth and hands the canteen back to you. Oh, hang on.
Okay. As you take the canteen back, unable to keep the edge out of your voice, he looks down at the ground, shamefaced, and takes the proffered bottle of hand sanitizer. He squirts a generous amount in his hands and rubs them together vigorously before returning the sanitizer to you.
Damn, I'm really turning into a piece of work here, aren't I?
Mm-hmm.
This is the fun of AI. This is what you could do with your friends, okay, guys? Slowly gaining his faculties, Jeremie takes the canteen for you. His move is slow and deliberate. He drinks the water, slowly savoring each sip as if it were the finest wine. As he drinks, you can see the color returning to his cheeks and the spark of life rekindling his eyes.
I'll do one more. I'll do, say...
Ooh, I have a nice plot twist when we finish this. I was only kidding, man. Let's move. You're not dying yet. You force a lighthearted tone in your voice, trying to dispel the tension that has settled between you and Jeremie. He looks up at you and manages a weak smile, handing the canteen back to you. when I get dehydrated, I really feel like a zombie. Yeah, we should go. We're gonna take some time before sundown. You apologize to Jeremy. Your voice tinged with concern. He nods, understanding your concern. You both know that the dangers of the city increases after dark. So we'll just continue it. The sun begins to dip below the horizon, casting long shadows on the ground as you and Jeremy make your way towards the metro. The streets are eerily quiet, and you can't shake the feeling of being watched. Every rustle of leaves, every creaking branch makes you jump. Your hand instinctively reaching for your pistol. Yeah, so I think we're good here.
Yeah, this is a really good example.
You guys got the idea of how this works. I want to see something. Can I invite you into my Red Dead one? Is this something that
Is
like?
that a multiplayer?
Oh,
Oh, you
interesting.
can.
Yeah, interesting. Very interesting. So
Hmm.
this is AI Dungeon is one of the coolest tools in AI right now, and I'm actually going to put it up in the top of the rankings. It's
Yeah, I would
fun.
too.
It's imaginative,
There's
and
plenty
I
of
mean,
subject
dude,
matter. Plenty.
you can, and it's literally an RPG game. You're
Yeah.
going in and you're playing a game, and there there's no there's no difference in that. You know, you're creating your own story, and I would love to see more of this. I had this cool idea that I mentioned to a friend that the show Big Brother and
Yes.
Traders.
Yep.
This is a good way for them to put these games inside these AI models and just have fun with it.
Yep.
That's really it. It's a super fun tool, and
Almost
I
felt
hope that
like,
you guys.
I don't know, it felt like a pen pal thing to me too. If you can do multiplayer, you could get to, play with other people from other countries and stuff still.
Yeah,
And yeah.
yeah, and there's a whole array of different things that you can do in there. There's like relationship stuff, there's therapists, there's there some helpful tools in there. And I mean, if you want to go about using AI to make your day a little easier, we are going to leave the link in the description. But Strobridge, do you have any final thoughts before we go?
I'm definitely going to go into this more because as much as I watch the tutorials on YouTube, it's always nice to see something in live time. And you did that for me and it filled in the gaps. So thank you.
No, dude, absolutely. On the next episode, we're going to be doing something similar,
Hmm.
and we are most likely going to have a guest with us. So stay tuned for that. Our next episode, we're going to break down novel AI, and that's another fun one that we're going to learn about. Just like AI Dungeon, let's play. So we're good. I think this episode and the next one, they're going to be a little similar, but they're going to be very different. So stay tuned for the next episode. I hope you enjoyed this one. Strobridge, once again, thank you
Thank
every
you.
week. And yeah, man.
Check out our website and check out our bling. I got some myself and I love it. It's the
Yeah,
warmest hoodie
the
I
the
own.
sweater's beautiful. The
Yeah.
sweater is beautiful. I'm waiting for mine to come in. There is a lot. There is merch there. I'm actually trying to we're trying to get some like AI pieces in like postcards or trading cards or something like that. So stay tuned for that as well. Lots of fun stuff. Thank you so much, guys. Keep your mind artificial. Keep your mind positive. Until next time.
Adios.